The Hao family had one rule if you wanted to marry their son. You had to stand blindfolded in front of the ancestral hall and shoot an apple from 100 steps away. Miss, you try again next year. Now, this guy had been hitting targets from 100 steps since he was 12. But he'd missed 3 years in a row. Year 1, he said his hands were shaking. I told him better luck next time. Year 2, he blamed the wind. I said don't give up. By year 3, I couldn't take it anymore. I snuck over to the Zhenbei Ho ancestral hall, just to watch him practice, and accidentally overheard Xiao Jingyu talking to his buddy. Jingyu, you missed again this year. Gotta say that shaky hand act was pretty convincing. Xiao Jingyu's lazy voice came through. Well, what do you expect? If I actually hit it, I'd have to marry Huan Huan. You don't want to marry her? I do, of course I do. Xiao Jingyu paused. But what about Ruru? Outside the window, I dug my fingers into the wooden frame. His voice dropped low. I'm not made of stone. I promised Huan Huan I'd love her and only her, but I can't bring myself to let go of Ruru either. Then what about Miss Shen? She's been waiting for you for years. If you keep stalling, someone else might snatch her up. That won't happen. Xiao Jingyu sounded sure of himself. Huan Huan loves me too much. She'd never marry someone else. I'm gonna drag this out a few more years, wait till she's a little older, a little less stubborn. She'll come around and agree to let Ruru move in alongside her, then I can have them both. The two of them burst out laughing. I went completely cold, and stumbled out of the ancestral hall in a daze. All I remember is it started raining on the way back. I had no umbrella. Rain and tears just mixed together on my face. The day after I got home, news broke that Ye Wanro had been betrothed to the capital's biggest playboy, Gu Qi. Xiao Jingyu completely lost it and went to crash the wedding. And that very night, they were already married. All of the capital was waiting to watch me and the Shen family become a laughingstock. But no one saw this coming. The next day, young Lord Gusi climbed over my garden wall and stared straight at me. Since Xiao Jingyu stole my wife, I want you to replace her. Be my lady. Too much? I nodded. Nope, I'll do it. He clearly didn't think I'd actually say yes to something that insane. Gucci just stood there, mouth open, completely stunned. Then he stammered out, You said it yourself. I'll come for you in 3 days, don't you dare back out. Then, like he was scared I'd change my mind, he jumped off the wall and tripped on his way down, nearly face-planted. I laughed watching that. Turns out he wasn't nearly as bad as people made him out to be. Honestly, kinda cute. Not long after Gucci left, Xiao Jingyu showed up. My face dropped immediately. Young Master Xiao, you're a newlywed. Shouldn't you be home with your wife? What are you doing here? Xiao Jingyu's face stiffened. He forced a smile. Huan Huan, I didn't want things to go this way. But Ruru is too soft-hearted. I couldn't just watch her get married off to that kind of guy. Her whole life would have been ruined. So you're fine just watching me and the entire Shen family become everyone's joke? The moment he went and crashed that wedding, whatever we had, and it was over. Young Master Xiao, please leave. Whatever we had is done. Xiao Jingyu frowned and reached for me. Huan Huan, stop making a scene. Even if I marry her, it doesn't have to change anything between us. Ruru is so sweet, or she won't give you a hard time. I'm just asking you to come in as a concubine for now. Once you give me a child, I'll elevate you to equal wife. You and Ruru will both be my wives. I won't favor one over the other. He wanted me, the eldest daughter of the Shen family, to come in as a concubine. The audacity. Even if I agreed, every ancestor in the Shen family would roll over in their graves. I stepped back and looked at him cold as ice. A Shen woman will never be a concubine. He didn't like that. It's just a title. Even as a concubine, I'd never let anyone disrespect you. Why are you making this so hard for me? Making it hard for him? I almost laughed. Who was the one who crashed a wedding right before his own? Who married another woman and dragged me and the entire Shen family through the mud? And he had the nerve to say I was making things hard for him. I looked at him like he was nothing. I'll say it again. A Shen woman will never be a concubine. He'd been shot down so many times, now Xiao Jingyu was actually getting mad. His face went dark. Shen Xinghuan, you're being completely unreasonable. Everyone knows you've been close to me since childhood. Your reputation is already tied to mine. Without me, who's gonna want you? He flipped his sleeve and stormed off. I was shaking, I was so angry. And deep down, I felt this wave of sadness wash over me. The Xiao Jingyu, who used to have eyes only for me, who couldn't stand to see me hurt even a little. That guy was gone. The man standing here now was just Ye Wanro's husband. It started long before this, when he dismissed me for her sake, and trampled all over my feelings. That's when I should have let go. But I couldn't. We had over 10 years together. I refused to believe that counted for less than 6 months with her. Turns out I was wrong. Gusi didn't give me time to second-guess myself. The next day, the Gu family showed up to formally propose, 108 chests of betrothal gifts, stuffed into every corner of my courtyard. My parents weren't sold on Gusi. They kept telling me to think it over, but my mind was made up. If I couldn't have love, I'd at least have power. Sure, Gusi had a bad rep, but he was the future heir of the Duke's estate. If the Ye family's legitimate daughter hadn't refused the match, it never would have landed on Ye Wanro. I was just about to have the gifts moved into storage when Xiao Jingyu walked in with Ye Wanro. They took one look around and clearly got the wrong idea. Xiao Jingyu lifted his chin, that classic I knew it look on his face, and Ye Wanro's eyes lit up with something greedy. Sister, are all of these your dowry? Ye Wanro was the child of the Ye family's master and a maid, born from a drunken knight. She'd always been an afterthought in that household. On her wedding day, the Ye madame sent her off with nothing but a chest of coins. I frowned and said no, but Xiao Jingyu just smirked. Drop the act. Yesterday you said you wouldn't get married, and now you've already got the dowry ready? Right, sister. Once you're in the house, we're all family. Jingyu, didn't you bring something for sister? Go ahead, take it out. Ye Wanro was rushing him along, and as she moved, a flash of green caught my eye. I stared at her, frozen. The Xiao family had a jade bracelet, a family heirloom meant for the future daughter-in-law. When I found out about it, I dropped hints to Xiao Jingyu. A lot of hints. He always changed the subject, always had some excuse, never once offered it to me. And now there it was, on Ye Wanro's wrist. Ye Wanro noticed me staring and made a show of pushing her sleeve up higher. With her little reminder, Xiao Jingyu put on a sour face, pulled a wooden hairpin from his robe, and tossed it at me. Like he was doing me some huge favor. That's for you. I looked at that rough, chipped, barely finished hairpin and let out a cold laugh. He could be so generous with Ye Wanro, but with me, cheapest guy alive. I handed it back. No thanks. Keep your gift for your Yi girl. Xiao Jingyu's face twisted. He snatched the hairpin back in a rage and chucked it right out the window. Fine. If you don't want it, toss it. Ye Wanro stomped her foot and pouted. Sister, Jingyu and I picked that out specially for you. It was a gesture of goodwill. Oh, and sister, you're moving in soon, right? I sewed this wedding dress for you myself. Hope you like it. She took the pink dress from her maid and held it out to me. I literally laughed in disbelief. So this is what shameless looks like up close. I looked at Ye Wanro standing there all smug and finally understood why they were here. They came to put me in my place. Didn't even bother asking if I was okay with any of this. Right in front of Xiao Jingyu, I said it one more time. I've already called off this engagement. If you two are done here, you can see yourselves out. But clearly neither of them took me seriously. Ye Wanro grabbed the dress and literally started dragging me toward the inner room. Sister, don't be dramatic. We don't even know if the dress fits and just try it on real quick. I shoved her off. Back off, don't touch me. I barely used any force. But Ye Wanro grabbed the dress and made this huge show of stumbling backwards. She plopped down on the floor and her eyes instantly welled up with tears. Sister, I'm sorry. I just wanted you to try the dress on. I didn't mean anything by it. Xiao Jingyu lost it. He shoved me hard. Shen Qingwan, this dress... Ruru pulled 2 all-nighters to finish this for you. She was doing you a favor. And this is how you treat her. You're vicious, you know that. You've got no heart. No wonder nobody wants you. You can just rot here alone. And with that, he scooped Ye Wanro up and walked out without a single look back. Ye Wanro turned her head and shot me this smug little smile as they left. That moment brought me right back to the first time I'd ever seen her. Back then, she was just a nobody in the Ye family. A lowly, illegitimate daughter. At some banquet, her legitimate sister had been ordering her around like a servant. She accidentally spilled wine on her sister, got slapped across the face, and was forced to kneel in front of everyone. Xiao Jingyu couldn't stand watching someone get bullied like that and stepped in, worried her sister would keep targeting her after that. He started looking out for Ye Wanro, always making sure she got the best food and the best fun. I was low-key jealous the whole time. He'd just laugh it off and say, I just feel bad for Ruru, that's all. At first I bought it. I thought it was just pity. That's why he paid her so much attention. Until the day Ye Wanro was forced into a marriage with Gu Qi, and Xiao Jingyu ran in to crash the wedding, too scared to wait, married her that same night. Done deal, that's when it hit me. Without me even noticing, Ye Wanro had claimed a piece of his heart. I'd been naive enough to think he was just being kind, that all that attention was out of nothing but good intentions. The day before my wedding, which happened to be the city's annual lantern festival. My favorite day of the year. Every single year before this, Xiao Jingyu had come with me to release lanterns. This year I was going alone for the first time, but when I got to the street, it was completely empty. Not a single vendor in sight. I was confused. When I caught 2 women chattering away, young Master Xiao was seriously going all out. Apparently he bought every single lantern on the whole street, just to make his wife happy. Right? If I were Lady Xiao, I'd be absolutely losing it. That's not even the half of it. He went head to head with the young lord over her, and left the Shen family's daughter to be a concubine. A man like that, if I could find one, I'd go 3 years without sleep, no complaints. I let out a bitter laugh at that, and turned to leave. Then I heard a familiar voice behind me. Sister. I turned around without thinking. And there were Xiao Jingyu and Ye Wanro not far away. She came running toward me with a lantern in her hand. Sister, you're here for the lanterns too? Xiao Jingyu was still salty about yesterday. He gave me a cold scoff when he saw me. Then Ye Wanro held out her lantern with a big smile. Sorry about this, sister. Jingyu kind of bought out the whole street. So, here, you can have this one. No thanks. I stepped back, half expecting her to pin something on me again. Plus, I don't do secondhand things. Doesn't matter what it is or who. Xiao Jingyu's expression instantly went cold. His tone turned sharp and passive-aggressive. Well, clearly Lady Shen's too good for anything we have to offer. Forget her. Ruru, let's go. He pulled Ye Wanro toward the river. The moment they were gone, a man in a steward's uniform walked up to me. Miss Shen, the young lord asked me to give this to you. I looked at the lantern in his hands. The shape was delicate and clever. And at the bottom, in brushwork, a single bold, free-spirited character, Huan. It was the most beautiful lantern I'd ever seen. In the end, I couldn't bring myself to set it on the water. I just took it home. The next morning, my maid pulled me up early to do my hair and get me into my wedding dress. That's when it finally hit me. I was actually getting married. Not to the guy I'd been dreaming about all these years, Xiao Jingyu, but to the capital's most notorious playboy, Gu Qi, lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I took a deep breath. I'd made my choice, and no matter what came next, I was going to see it through. Once I was all dressed, the wedding procession arrived. Except it wasn't Gu Qi who showed up, it was Xiao Jingyu. I looked at that tiny pink sedan and the barely 20-person procession, and I was stunned. I thought I'd made myself crystal clear to Xiao Jingyu, and I'd already returned every single one of the Zhao family's betrothal gifts. So what was all this about? Before I could even ask, he took one look at my bridal crown and robes, and his face flipped. Shen Qinghuan. Who told you to dress like this? I'm taking a concubine today, not a wife. Go change now. I felt my blood boil at that. Xiao Jingyu, I have told you multiple times, this engagement is off. The man I'm marrying today is not you. My husband is on his way. Take your people and go. Xiao Jingyu scoffed. All right, keep performing. One more word and I'm actually leaving. Ruru came in first, so she's the wife. That was always the plan. And once you give me a child, I'll make you equal wife. Why are you in such a rush to move up anyway? I rolled my eyes. Pure delusion. Since when did I ever agree to any of this? I was about to say something when music suddenly started up behind us. Xiao Jingyu glanced back. Wait, is someone else getting married at the Shen house today? Before he could finish, Gucci was already riding up on his horse, right up to me. He took one look at Xiao Jingyu and the procession behind him, and raised an eyebrow. Oh, young Master Xiao, you here to steal my bride? Seeing him, Xiao Jingyu looked genuinely thrown off. His brain seemed to stall for a second. Then something clicked, and he shot Gucci a suspicious look. I'd actually like to know, why did you show up here with all these people? Gucci twirled his riding crop, grinning like he was asking for trouble. To get married. What else? Xiao Jingyu froze, and suddenly he felt a very bad feeling about where this was going. Her voice was trembling as she spoke. What do you mean, his wife? Gucci gave a mocking smirk just about to answer, but I cut him off. Gucci is my husband. He's the one I'm marrying today. That's impossible. Xiao Jinyu's face went pale. He practically screamed it. We had a betrothal. How could you marry someone else? Oh, so he remembered our engagement. But who was it that broke it and married someone else first? The moment Xiao Jingyu met my gaze, something clicked. Panic flooded his eyes, the kind you get when you're about to lose something forever. He pointed at Gucci. Huan, I know you're upset that I married Ruru. But you can't just marry him out of spite. Do you even know who he is? Everyone in Shenjing knows. Gucci is a notorious playboy. He haunts brothels. He's got zero ambition. He spends his days goofing off with a bunch of rich kids. A man like that can't give you a stable life. You're going to ruin yourself doing this. Huan, come back with me, please. Gucci's eyes flashed with annoyance. He ran his fingers along the grip of his riding crop, and the air around him dropped a few degrees. Still, he held back and looked at me, putting the decision in my hands. I was done with his constant interference. Whatever feelings I'd had left for him had been worn down to nothing by everything he'd pulled these past few days. I stepped forward, putting myself in front of Gucci, and stared Xiao Jingyu dead in the eyes. Xiao Jingyu knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not marrying him on impulse. This is a decision I made after a lot of thought. If you actually care about me, then stop making a scene. We go our separate ways. That's it. Gucci seemed pretty pleased with that. He slid his arm around my waist, pulled me close, and looked at Xiao Jingyu with pure contempt. You hear that, little lord? She said you two are done. So stop embarrassing yourself. Right then, the wedding matron came over right on cue, giving her red sash a little wave. My lady, it's time. The sedan is ready. I stepped past Xiao Jingyu and reached for the matron's hand to board the sedan, when Xiao Jingyu lunged forward and grabbed my wrist so hard his knuckles went white. It hurt. Huan, come with me. I won't let you marry him. You can only marry me. Gucci narrowed his eyes. The cold rolled off him instantly. He tightened his grip on the riding crop and leveled it straight at Xiao Jingyu's face. What? You trying to steal the bride now? You already took my fiancé once. Think I'm just gonna let that slide? Xiao Jingyu's eyes were red, totally unhinged. He didn't care who was watching or what it did to the Xiao family's reputation. So what? I'll do whatever it takes to bring her back. Gucci dropped the playful act completely. He let out a cold scoff, gave his wrist a flick, and the crop cut through the air right past Xiao Jingyu's ear, slicing off a few strands of hair. Xiao Jingyu flinched and let go. Then let's ask my whip if it agrees, and while we're at it, ask the 100+ escorts standing behind me. The tension was through the roof. You could practically feel the air crackling. Guests and neighbors crowded around, whispering and pointing, but no one dared step in. Xiao Jingyu had already burned his bridges with Gucci over the Ye Wanro situation. The Xiao family's head steward broke into a cold sweat and shoved through the crowd to drag him away. Young master, don't do this. Let's talk back home. Today is Miss Shen's wedding day. Don't make this uglier than it already is. Get off me! Xiao Jingyu shoved the steward aside, stumbled, then reached out toward me again. His eyes were full of desperation and something almost pathetic. Huan, if you'll just come with me, I'll give you anything you want. I'll divorce Ye Wanru. You'll be the only one I ever marry. I'll never let you suffer again, I swear. I looked at him completely numb. No anger, no sadness, just disappointment. I just hope you stay far away from me from now on. Xiao Jingyu, we're done. Those words hit him like a knife straight to the chest. His pupils trembled. He couldn't believe what he'd just heard. Every last bit of color drained from his face. He just stood there, frozen. Gucci had been losing patience for a while now. He shot a look to the escorts behind him, and two of the bigger guys stepped up immediately. They grabbed Xiao Jingyu from both sides and locked him down. No matter how much he struggled, he couldn't move. The wedding matron pulled back the sedan curtain, and I took her hand and stepped inside. The moment the curtain fell, I heard Xiao Jingyu completely lose it, screaming, one cry after another, raw and broken. Huan, don't go! Huan, get back here! Shen Qinghuan, you can't marry him! I never looked back. Not once. It was over the moment he chose Ye Wanro over our engagement and married her that same night. We were done then. Those 10+ years of feelings, all wasted. The sedan swayed and rocked, the wedding procession played on, and we finally arrived at the manor. Red ribbons were draped across the gate, lanterns everywhere, pure celebration. Way more festive than I'd imagined. Gucci took my hand and we were just about to step over the fire basin at the entrance, when the sound of galloping hooves came from behind, followed by a frantic shout. Huan, wait! I didn't have to turn around. I already knew it was Xiao Jingyu. Gucci gave my hand a reassuring pat and said quietly, Go on in, I'll handle him. He won't ruin our wedding. I hesitated for a second, looked at the certainty in his eyes, and turned around and walked inside without another word, left all the chaos behind me. About a quarter hour later, Gucci walked back in. His hem was a little disheveled, his sleeve had a bit of dust on it, but not a scratch on him. Still wearing that casual smirk. Well, obviously, this was Gucci's turf, the Zhenguo Duke's manor. Xiao Jingyu had no business pulling anything here. The guests had been waiting for a while. With family and friends as witnesses, Gucci and I bowed to heaven, earth, and our parents. Then the final bow, to each other. With every cheer from the officiant, I became his wife. official and undeniable. We stepped into the wedding chamber. The red candles burned bright, casting the whole room in crimson. I looked at Gucci and felt a wave of guilt. I said softly, "I'm sorry about today. I didn't think he'd go that far. I ruined your mood." Gucci stepped closer and gently brushed the loose strands of hair from my face, cutting me off. His voice was soft. "It's fine. I'm the one who married you in the end. A little hiccup like that doesn't matter." I gave him a grateful look and was about to say something else, when I looked up and Gucci suddenly leaned in and kissed me, just like that. His lips were warm with a faint hint of wine. He pulled back with the most satisfied look on his face. Juan, I'll never make you regret choosing me, not ever." My face went completely red, cheeks, ears, everything. My heart started pounding out of nowhere, like a little rabbit going absolutely wild in my chest. Gucci didn't give me a second to recover. He swept me up in his arms and carried me toward the bed draped in red silk. The candles flickered. A gentle night, wrapped in his warmth, his care. Nothing like the reckless playboy everyone said he was. The next morning, I woke up with aches all over my body. I sat up slowly, clutching my back. I couldn't help but grumble internally. Wasn't he supposed to be some big shot regular at the brothels? He acted like someone who'd never had a day off in his life. Zero chill. Gucci was already gone. On the table sat a warm cup of tea and some snacks. I was about to go find him when I heard two maids outside the door, whispering. Their voices drifted in, clear as day. "Did you hear? Young Master Xiao knelt outside our manor all night. Said he wouldn't get up until the young mistress forgave him. A whole night, in the freezing cold. His knees are torn up. Oh, and get this, and his wife Yuanro showed up. She saw him kneeling and refusing to leave, and they just started fighting right there. Pushing each other around nearly came to blows. It was a mess. I thought he was so in love with her. He stole her from our young lord and married her the same night. And now he's out here obsessing over our young mistress? You don't get it. Men are like that. They always want what they can't have. Once they get it, it's old news. Yuanro was just a phase. Our young mistress is the one he actually can't let go of." Too bad. He pushed her away with his own hands. The voices faded. I stood there for a moment, completely still. No feelings. Nothing. Just a quiet kind of emptiness. Xiao Jingyu made his choices. Now he gets to live with them. Then Gucci walked in carrying a warm bowl of lotus seed porridge. He spotted me by the window and said softly, Juan, why didn't you sleep in? You feeling okay?" I shook my head. Couldn't sleep. Once I was up, I just stayed up. He walked over, blew on a spoonful of porridge to cool it down, and held it out to me. His eyes were so gentle. "Hungry? The kitchen made this specially for you. Soft and sweet. Try it." I ate it with a red face. The sweetness of the lotus seeds blended with the warm, rich rice. It just melted in my mouth. Gucci didn't bring up Xiao Jingyu, so I didn't ask. From the moment I decided to let him go, he became nobody to me. Just a stranger not worth another second of my time. After breakfast, Gucci took my hand and brought me to serve tea to his parents. Both of them were warm and easygoing. Not a single mention of what Xiao Jingyu had pulled the day before. His mother held my hand with the biggest smile and slipped a white jade bracelet onto my wrist. Cool and smooth against my skin. "You're family now." Her smile stayed warm. "That boy can be a handful. If he ever gives you trouble, you come straight to me. I'll set him straight." His father nodded firmly and gave Gucci a serious look. "Treat Juan right? No more messing around like before. Settle down and be a good husband." Gucci agreed without hesitation, gave my hand a firm squeeze, and looked his parents dead in the eye. "Don't worry, I'll take care of Juan. I won't let her suffer, not once." True to his word, Gucci barely left my side for the next few days. Walking the gardens, reading, eating our way through every snack the manor had. The maids and servants couldn't help but shoot us looks, equal parts envy and amusement. I finally hit my limit and pushed him off. "You're the young lord of the Zhengguo Duke's manor. There's actual stuff to deal with around here. Stop following me around. Go do your own thing." Gucci just grinned and wrapped his arms around me from behind, chin resting in the crook of my neck, voice all soft and sweet. "Being with you is my most important thing right now. The manor stuff? My parents and the steward have it covered. I've got nothing to worry about." After 3 days of that, it was time for the return visit to my family. Gucci packed up the gifts and we rode the carriage back to the Shen estate. We'd barely stepped off when I saw someone sprinting toward me from across the way. Closer look. Who else but Xiao Jingyu? Dark circles under his eyes, a bruise on his cheekbone, split lip, and a few shallow scratch marks across his face. He looked absolutely wrecked, probably from fighting with Ye Wanro. The moment he saw Gucci holding my hand, his eyes went red instantly. He stopped dead in his tracks, staring at me with this complicated look. I frowned, let go of Gucci's hand, and stepped forward, keeping my voice flat. "Xiao Jingyu, can I help you?" His eyes were full of pain. His voice came out rough. Juan! What I did. I was wrong. I was selfish. I hurt you. I'm sorry. After you married him, I finally understood how much what I did with Ruru actually hurt you. I know I messed up, Juan. Can you forgive me? I gave a small, calm nod. It's in the past. There's nothing to forgive. His eyes lit up. He thought I wasn't holding a grudge anymore. He moved in closer, urgent. Juan, I've already brought up divorce with Ye Wanro. She was never who I really wanted. It's always been you. Can you give me one more chance? Leave Gucci and come back to me, please. Gucci's expression went dark instantly. He stepped in front of me and grabbed Xiao Jingyu by the collar. His knuckles cracked as he balled his fist, and it was about to come down. I grabbed his arm. Achi, don't! Then I turned to Xiao Jingyu, my voice hard. Every word deliberate. Xiao Jingyu. When I said it's in the past, I meant us. What we had is over, done. We're both married now. We both have our own lives. Stop saying things like this. You're embarrassing yourself and making everyone else uncomfortable. Xiao Jingyu's eyes stayed red, still not willing to let it go. He pointed at Gucci. You won't be happy with him. He's a playboy, always has been. He doesn't know the first thing about loving someone. I don't care about what happened between you two. Leave him. Was I happy being married to Gucci? Deep down, I already knew the answer. His gentleness, his honesty, he gave me everything he had, that was enough. Xiao Jinyu? I didn't believe a single word that came out of his mouth. He turned his back on me for Ye Wanro once.